gratitude. Thank you for joining Chats Along the Path with discussions about the 7 transformative practices of the 7-Way Path. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, inviting you to heal, grow, and transform with the 7-Way Path. Thank you for walking the path, and best wishes for your journey. Welcome, and thank you for joining me for this episode of Chats Along the Path, where we discuss the topics of the 7-Way Path. Today we are talking about gratitude, and I am so honored to have Bonnie Hardie here with me to chat along the path. Bonnie Hardie is a mindset, life, and gratitude coach based in Central Florida. A 3-time best-selling author and seminar leader, Bonnie works with people to help them improve their mindset, create goals, and practice gratitude on a daily basis. One of her signature programs, Vision for Your Life, uniquely combines a wheel of life and vision board, color-coding the wheel of life, that lets clients know what areas of their life need improvement. Bonnie, welcome, and thank you for joining. I appreciate walking the path with you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Christian. It is great to be here. Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Great. So Bonnie, please, can we start by just telling us about a time when you had a life change and how you navigated that life change?
Okay, well, a few years ago, I was homeless for several months. I actually had a tent in the woods in Central Florida for a while. And then after a few months, I ended up losing the tent. So I was actually truly homeless. I was sleeping on bus stop benches. I was sleeping in mulch. However, what I did during that time was I was looking at it as it wasn't happening to me. It was happening for me. I don't have a significant other or children, so it was just me. So that was a little bit easier with that. Everything I owned fit into 2 gym bags and a backpack, and I had a bicycle. But what I did was, one of the things I do is I reframe negatives into positives. So a particular example of reframing a negative into a positive is I'm outside at night and you got the bugs and everything like that hitting you. So that's definitely a negative to have to sleep outside at night on a bus stop bench or on a concrete bench or in mulch. However, how I reframed that, Christian, was I said, look, I'm outside, I'm getting fresh air, I'm looking at the moon and the stars, I'm learning about astronomy. So I learned a lot about astronomy at that time, and I could tell the different planets and the stars and stuff. And also what I do is I help people to appreciate what they do have while not dwelling on what they don't have. Even though it wasn't an ideal situation, at least I had places I could go to take a shower, to be sitting inside and be online where I wasn't out in the elements all day long. So people do complain a lot about what they don't have, but I'm like, look, where you live might not be the greatest where you live. However, you do have a roof over your head. You do have a bed to sleep on. You do have access to electricity and water to take a shower. You're not taking a shower at a campground or stuff like that. So be appreciative of that. So that's basically being a mindset, life, and gratitude coach. I have like a little meme for mindset where I took the first letters of the word mindset, and it's mindset is knowledge during setbacks. Everything is terrific. So there's no sunshine after there's like sunshine after the rain, and things like that. So you have to have the bad to appreciate the good. That's my motto. You have to have the bad to appreciate the good. I'm also known as Unbreakable Bonnie, gratitude guru and a mindset mentor. So I have a lot of little hashtags that I use.
That's incredible, Bonnie. What an incredible story. Thank you for sharing that with us. As far as that life change that you experienced in those challenges, can you talk to us about how you used gratitude, looking at the stars and being thankful for that? Was that something that came easily to you? Was that a challenge? How did you get to that place, Bonnie?
It was a challenge, Christian. It was hard at first because I was feeling like nobody cared about me. Nobody knew what was going on. And if I just, disappeared, anybody even realized. But I'm like, yeah, people do care. People have their own problems going on, and I can't expect somebody else to change their whole life because stuff that happened with me. So I understood. I let people know what was going on. There's always going to be a few people who have to be smarty pants about stuff. And if you're going to not be respectful, you're going to be, mean and stuff, then I just won't be your friend anymore. I'm not going to put up with that. I'm 57 years old now, and I'm not going to put up with anybody disrespecting me or telling me I have to do this or I need to do that. You don't know my whole story. I don't know your whole story. So I'm open with stuff that happens. However, just as long as you ask me in a respectful way, I'll let you know. But I knew that eventually it was going to end, and I knew that I could use this as a teaching point to others. And I've
Mm.
been able to use my story for multiple years for others. And I just like to show gratitude. It's like that was a very bad time in my life, and it could happen again. However, if it happens again, it's happened before, so I don't want it to. However, I can kind of try to figure out. Hopefully, it won't be as bad.
Yes, yes, I love that attitude, Bonnie. This idea of, hey, this was a challenging time and I can grow from it. I can be stronger because of it. And I can recognize really the gifts in it and be grateful for those gifts. So that is really wonderful, Bonnie. Thank you. So Bonnie, talk to us about your book, 365 Days of Gratitude. That's a lot of gratitude, Bonnie. Talk to us about this book.
Yes, so this book is a compilation. Everybody had one day that it was a whole 365 days, so it's like a calendar type thing. So everybody had 200 words and they were given a day, or you could request a certain day to write about a time in your life that you were grateful for. And I did coincidentally write about when I was homeless. My mantra is rock bottom to rock solid. So I did write about that. I haven't written my own book yet. I've been a contributing author in 3 books that have come out already that are Amazon bestsellers, and I have another one coming out within the next 2 months. I will be writing my own book, probably something called Rock Bottom to Rock Solid Tales of Going from Homeless to Having an International Online Coaching Business, something similar to that. But it is really cool to be able to say that I am a current 3-time Amazon bestselling author. I also contributed to a book about COVID stories, how I had to pivot my business around because I had to go in one way. COVID hit, messed everything up, so we had to do something different. I just recently had a book come out earlier this month that's Heart Set, the key to a limitless mindset. So I wrote about 150 words about how to have a limitless mindset. And now I just wrote a chapter for another book coming out soon about how to be more spiritual. So I am currently a 3-time Amazon bestselling author. Will be 4-time pretty soon, and working on doing more podcasts, seminar leader. Got all sorts of stuff, great stuff coming coming out in my life, Kristen.
That's exciting, Bonnie. I have so many questions for you, but what I really want to do is just to repeat that mantra that you have, going from rock bottom to rock solid. That's incredible. What an inspiring phrase. I love it. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm going to be thinking that and drawing some inspiration from that. So thank you, Bonnie, for sharing that with us. But Bonnie, I'd really like to hear more about a lot of things, actually. So I'm going to start with, I'd love to hear about your own personal gratitude practice. Like, what does that look like for you on a daily basis? What does that look for you as a practical reality in your life?
Well, what I do is when I wake up in the morning before I get out of bed and do anything, I try to think of several things I'm grateful for. I've told clients every day when you get up, think of 10 things you're grateful for at least a week. And it's got to be different things each time. And then at the end of the week, you have a whole big list. I have a cat that I just got right before Christmas. His name is Noel. Most of the time I wake up and he's either on the pillow next to me or he's curled up right next to me. So before I even get out of bed, I give him kisses, and he and I practice gratitude together, and I do kind of meditate and journal. And since I live in Florida, there's plenty of grass around. So I'll go and stand in the grass and bare feet, just kind of take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, touch the earth and be, hey, it's a great day. Even if it's cold or rainy or something like that, it's at least I don't have 8 foot of snow in front of where I live right now. So I can be grateful for that. So I just think of, I set my intention for the day, what my schedule is, who do I want to help. I randomly, usually most days, will private message 5 to 10 Facebook friends and just say, hey, how you doing? Do you need anything? What's going on? I don't say anything about me or anything. I just say, hey, how you going? I hope you have a great day. If I see that they've done something online, I always also check all my friends' birthdays, so I make sure I private message them happy birthday, just to say, hey, what's going on? I mean, I have a friend who recently lost her mother, so I checked in with her to see how she's doing with that. I have a friend whose his husband is not in great shape, so I check with her on a daily basis. So when you have your own struggles, think about other people's struggles and stuff. So I have my own struggles going on right now, but some people, at least I'm not attending my mom's funeral tomorrow, like my one friend is. So unfortunately, she lives like 4,000 miles away, so I can't be there in person, but I sent her virtual hugs already. So my troubles are really nothing compared to a lot of other people's troubles. There's people with dying of cancer, people that, have heart attacks and stuff. So just, that's why I always say, appreciate what you do have, but don't dwell on what you don't have. So no matter how bad you have it, there's almost always going to be somebody who has it worse. And it's not a contest to see who has it worse. Let's start a contest who has it better. How did your day go today? I live in a hostel like 30, 40 other people. So at night, I'm always like, well, how'd your day go today? What did you do today? We don't have to sit by the campfire, hold hands, and sing kumbaya every single night. But let's start accentuating the positive in our life and quit worrying about the negative and stuff like that. You have to worry a little bit about the negative so it doesn't happen, and you can make it not as bad. Accentuate the positive that you have in your life. It's like if I want to buy a red car, I'm going to see a whole ton of red cars on the street. If I didn't think about a red car, I would never see that. So start thinking about the positive in your life, how you can make anything that's not that great, turn it into something great, like that. And also, I have to say, you love the rock bottom to rock solid. Well, the name of my business is Rock Solid Mindset, Life, and Gratitude Coaching, and my logo is a rock standing on like a triangle, because you got to balance yourself. So, Rock Solid Mindset, Life, and Gratitude Coaching, Mindset Mentor, Gratitude Guru, and that kind of stuff. So that's why I like the rock bottom to rock solid. That will be the name of my book coming out hopefully sometime this year. I just got to figure out what I want to put in and how to write it.
That's great, Bonnie. I love it. Thank you so much. Like I said, I have plenty of questions, but my next question, I really want to ask about that shift for you in terms of the mindset, shifting from a mindset of lack to one of abundance to one of gratitude, and any tips that you might have for listeners on how to really bring in a mindset of gratitude, and even, Bonnie, the difference that it has made in your own life and the shifts that it has created in your life.
Well, one thing I've done, Christian, is I've done myself, and I've had clients and friends do, is write a list of accomplishments that you've done. Write a list of things that you've done, what you've gone through. If you've gone through the death of a loved one, if you've gone through a health scare or something like that, write down, this is what happened to me, and I came through, and I'm doing this. Because then you look back on it, and you'll be like, wow, yeah, I lost this much weight, or I had this happen, or whatever. And then you really start to think of your accomplishments, because for some reason, it seems like a lot of people always focus more on the negative than the positive. And if you keep focusing on the negative, that's what you're going to keep getting, and then it's going to be a vicious cycle. So start focusing on the positive, and then people are going to want to be around you. I've had people tell me that, I have like a calming quality about me, and I live in a hostel. They call me the hostel healer. And people come to me and ask me for advice on things. So I like that being looked on as the leader, and people asking me about what they should do with their life. So it's really cool for that. So just think about everything you've gone through, all these accomplishments you've had, and then you can help other people do that. People ask me about how do I get in a book, and I've said, okay, this is a guy that told me the information about this book. This book next is coming out. Fill out the form, and we'll be in the book together. So like, yeah, that's really cool. So, you always want to try to help others out and just be grateful for everything, and just say, don't write down all your accomplishments, everything you've gone through. Some stuff you might not remember right now, but keep writing stuff out and be like, yeah, I've gone through this, and I'm still standing. The Elton John song, I'm still standing and better than I ever was, so still stand up straight, be a rock, and show others that it's possible that you can do it.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I love that, Bonnie. That's great. So Bonnie, I want to make sure that we talk about some other things, like, of course, your upcoming book on spirituality. I'd love to talk about that. And I also want to make sure that we talk about your unique visioning practice, your unique wheel that you use with clients. So I'd love to talk about each of those. Let's start with that wheel, and then let's make sure that we talk about your upcoming work on spirituality.
Right. Well, what I do is I combine a vision board and the wheel of life. And the vision board is basically, a lot of people have done that. You just get like a big piece of paper and you put different words and pictures on it, stuff that you want your life to look like. Maybe you want to take a cruise later on this year. You'll put a picture of a cruise ship and maybe island you'd go to. Maybe you want a different house. You can put a picture of a house, like your dream house, on there. You want to eat better. Put stuff of healthy food, or you or somebody like riding a bicycle, things like that. And so then I'm not going to just put the thing of visualize, I'm going to get this house in 6 months. You have to do stuff to do it. Obviously, people think, oh yeah, I can just look at this board and I'm going to get this house. Okay, well, no, not unless you do stuff to do it. But that's your why. When you get up every day, what's your why, and why is that your why? Why do you want to do this? And the wheel of life it kind of looks like a pie. It's a circle. There's 8 categories on it: friends, your work, money, your personal relationships, things like that. And what I do is you grade yourself on it. How satisfied are you with it, from 1 to 100? We usually do in 10 increments, 10, 20, 30, 40. So if your work is great and you love it, you might grade that at 80 or 90%. But if you have like very little money or something like that, you might grade that at 10 or 20%. And then what I do is we color code it. So if it's below 20, red, green, and yellow, traffic lights. So if it's below 20, it's red. If it's above 80, it's green. And anything in the middle is yellow. So obviously anything that is red, we need to work on that as much as possible, as quick as possible. If it's green, it's great. Keep it up there. And yellow is kind of in the middle, so you might want to work on it a little bit more. So what I do is I have the form that I send to people and questions about each little section, and we go over it and they grade it. And so we have one call where we do that, and then what we're going to do is, okay, for the next call, we're going to set the vision board, but let's work on these 3 the most. So if your relationships aren't that great, maybe you'll want to put pictures up of you and your sister, you and a friend, something like that. And that's something you'll want to work on more. And if your money's not great, get a stack of money and put a picture on that. Or if you have like $100 bill, take a picture of that and put it on there and say, this is, I want to make more money, and this is why. Because I think that if it's color coded like that, you can instantly see that, yes, this is what I need to work on. And I like the red, green, and yellow because, red means stop. It's not good. And I work with quite a few people doing this, and there's really only one person that didn't have any red, but they had quite a few yellows. So it's like, okay, of these that are the yellow, let's concentrate on this the most. So the first call is actually doing the wheel of life. I'll send them info about it beforehand so they're ready to go, see if they need any questions. The second call, within like 1 or 2 weeks, we'll actually create the vision board. And I'll tell them hints on where to go to find the pictures. You can write stuff on there, success, health, whatever. And then we'll have another call about a month or so later to see how they're doing. See if they're on the straight and narrow, if they're working on what they need to work on, if they need any more help. And then if they keep needing help, then we'll work on stuff like that. But I think for that program is really good. I've had people say this is life-changing. They didn't really think about certain things. They didn't think about their family or their career or their relationships. And now you have to think about it more. It's like, am I really happy in this job? Am I just doing this job just because? So that people have really thought about stuff. I really want people to think deep about stuff. You got to dig deep all the way down to your toes sometimes, to go all the way down to your toes and be like, okay, the last few years have been kind of crazy through nobody's fault. This just happened. But now it's starting to get a little better. What do you really want to do in 2022? How can I help you have make 2022 work for you and be your best year ever? Don't always worry about other stuff. Don't always blame other things that are going on. Yeah, stuff is crazy, but what do you need from me to help you make 2022 your best year ever? How can I help you master your mind and master your mindset for 2022?
Oh, that's great, Bonnie. I love it. Thank you very much for that perspective. Wonderful. So, Bonnie, talk to us about your spiritual work and your upcoming work on spirituality.
Yes, well, spirituality to me is just, staying grounded and making sure I don't get, too big for my britches and think, oh, I've done this and this and this and I'm all that kind of great, because nobody's that great. I've got more than enough of my own things going on. One side of me looks really, really great, and the other side doesn't look as good. But don't think you're all that, and just kind of ground yourself on a regular basis and journal, meditate, think about how you can help others. This is such a me world, which is understandable. And as times comes to a point where I have to worry about myself, not as much worry about others, just kind of, but you need to help others because it makes you feel so much better when you can say, hey, this person, I met them a year ago and they were like this, and now a year later, with a lot of my help, they did a lot of the work, but with my help, now they're doing this. I've met people and they've had problems with, depression, anxiety, and they felt really low about stuff. And after a few times talking, I give them the homework. Name things you're grateful for. Write out things you've overcome. And then they're like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, let's name 10 things you're grateful for. And they do a list of like 20 things. I'm like, that's great. Keep going. I'll sit here all day and you can list as many things as you want. Just keep going. Because once you start thinking about little things, it's like, I was grateful that I got on the bus and I got to sit in the front of the bus. Or I was grateful that I got like all green lights today. I was grateful that I went through Starbucks and somebody else paid for my Starbucks. People don't always think of that as a gratitude thing, but it's the little things that count. And I try to work with people on the little things that count.
Yes, absolutely, Bonnie. I agree. Those little things, we have a tendency to discount them, but they really do make a difference and they add up to big things. So that's really wonderful. Okay, Bonnie, so tell me, what are 3 things that you're grateful for right now?
Yeah, I'm grateful for, even though the weather is cold and rainy right now, I live in Florida. So there will be sunshine later on today. So I'm happy about that. I'm grateful for my friends that contact me on a regular basis, see how I'm doing with things. I'm grateful for my family. I have a beautiful 2.5-year-old great niece, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with her this summer. Santa Claus brought her a really nice swing set, so we'll play on the swing set and stuff like that. The swing sets that I got from Santa Claus were just like, metal, and this is a nice wooden one with a climbing thing and all that kind of stuff. So it's really pretty cool. So I look forward to traveling soon. My biggest goal is within the next few months to buy a van, fix it up so I can live in it, and drive around the United States and Canada, being a motivational speaker, helping the homeless and disadvantaged in the areas I go to, and doing seminars on how to make 2022 your best year ever. I've done 2 seminars already. I'm looking forward to doing more podcasts, just getting my name out there as much as possible. I'm not going to be the next Tony Robbins, but I'm going to be the first Bonnie Hardie. That's it. Eventually people, I met her and I knew her when, and now look at her. Now it's for the support of a lot of my friends and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful for the support from people.
Oh, that's wonderful, Bonnie. Thank you. That is really great. And your future plans are inspiring and exciting too. So that's really wonderful. Thank you. So Bonnie, are there any parting tips that you would like to leave for listeners? Any kind of parting encouragement on gratitude, mindset, or anything else that you would like to offer up?
Just to make sure that you are looking for the good in everything. And if there's not anything good to look at, there's going to be days that stuff isn't good, and that's fine. Sometimes you have to roll back over, go to sleep again, and not talk to anybody for a while. That's fine. Don't isolate yourself too much. There are people that care. You let people know. Don't Try not to be like in the victim mentality though, but also don't shame victims. If somebody's in a bad way, don't make it seem like it's their fault that they're doing something wrong. If you meet somebody and say, "Oh, you're homeless, you must be lazy, you must be this," you don't know their whole story, you don't know the whole situation. And think of that phrase there, but for the grace of God go I. If you were in that position, how would you want me to treat you? Would you want me to be mean to you when I don't know your whole story? So just think about how you feel in that position and how I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're being bullied, that people don't care about them, that people are, just being mean to them. Because honestly, if you're a bully mean to others, that says more about you than it does about me. So sometimes it's hard when people say hurtful things to you, but it's like, hey, it's their opinion. They have the right to their opinion for anything. However, other people know that I know what kind of person I am. And if you can't appreciate that, then off with you. You're not going to be in my life to know me and stuff like that.
Yes, great, Bonnie. Thank you. Bonnie, is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, just contact me to sign up for my Vision for Your Life. It's just $297. You'll change your life. I guarantee it. Pretty soon, I'm not even going to be selling it by itself. It's going to be as a bonus to my longer term program. So if you want to do just this, $297, I'll include some bonuses that I will, when people contact me, I'll let them know what those bonuses are. And I guarantee you'll start thinking about your life in a completely different way. That's for sure.
That's great, Bonnie. And how do people get in touch with you?
They can contact me through Facebook at Bonnie S. Hardie, or if they want to contact me through email, it's bonniehardie@yahoo.com, BONNIEHARDIE@yahoo.com. Just put in like the little subject field, Vision for Your Life or podcast or something like that. So it'll kind of stand out. I get over 100 emails a day, so make it stand out a little bit. I let them know that they found me through you, and then they want to go further with anything, I can help them with whatever that they need help with.
That's great, Bonnie. Thank you. And I will drop all of that information into the notes that people will have handy and available and can connect with you quickly and easily. So Bonnie, thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to chat with you along the path. So honored to hear about your thoughts on gratitude and your practical uses of gratitude and your incredible life change and where you are now. So Bonnie, I just want to say thank you so much and send you and everyone listening blessings and best wishes for your journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian. I appreciate it. Best wishes and have a great day, week, month to everybody. And hey, count your blessings. Appreciate what you do have. Don't dwell on what you don't have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And take care, everyone. Blessings. Gratitude. Thanks for tuning in to this chat along the path. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for walking the path. Cleaning, blessings, and best wishes for your journey. Journaling, ritual, silence.